And then the big question becomes, as Keith mentioned, Pete Alonso. Do you sell him knowing that that makes it much harder to re-sign him, probably, because as much as you could say, oh, we're going to trade Pete Alonso and then we're going to turn around and re-sign him, these people are human beings. There are emotions involved. These aren't just objects that we're bartering and trading and selling. So it's going to be a very fascinating and interesting and tough decision for the Mets to make if it comes to that. This is not like a JD Martinez, who is almost certainly as good as gone if the Mets sell. A Luis Severino, who is almost certainly as good as gone as the Mets sell. Pete Alonso is something different. He's a totally different animal when it comes to the trade deadline, but it is something that the Mets are going to have to seriously consider. Will they do it? I think there is a very good debate to both sides of this. And as we sit here today, I have no idea, Chelsea, if the Mets will trade Pete Alonso, but I can tell you that either part of that decision would not surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in the same boat as you. Keith, do you see Pete fitting into the future of this team? What do you think?
I mean, I do, and I think he really does want to be there, and it really is hard to replicate a 40 home run, 100 RBI season. And this year, we're starting to see him try to do other things aside from just simply hit home runs. He's trying to drive the ball the other way. The nice part about him when he does that, like he did in Cleveland yesterday, is he hits those balls out to right center field. I just will say that it is going to be a baseball decision and not an emotional decision for David Stearns, I think. I believe that's how you have to deal with what is going to probably be a long-term contract. If that's what Pete wants, something like 8, 9, 10 years. From a baseball standpoint, that's a lot to ask for the Mets front office. But if you're looking at something that can keep him around 5, 6 years, that is fair, not just team-friendly, but fair, I think the Mets would love to keep him. They want an identity moving forward. They'll have Lindor around for a while, have Nimmo around for a while. It's nice to have a power bat like Pete Alonso around for a while, but the Mets will have to come to a number that is fair to that position on the field, which does not usually get you $350 million. The Freeman deals, the Olsen deals, they are not $300 million deals. So I think that what the Mets had floated already is on the right track. I just don't know if Pete Alonso wants that or wants to test to see if he can get something that's bigger.
Yeah, it's tough because, Pete is so beloved by the fan base and everything. But just like you mentioned, Keith, this is a business decision. You kind of have to keep the emotions out of it. But as Mets fans, you kind of hope that both sides get what they want out of this situation. But we'll just have to wait and see.